Hey guys, and welcome back to the Stand By Face podcast, the show where we talk about all things Yu-Gi-Oh! My name is Aaron, and with always is my co-host,
Jared Evans. Ahoy!
Ahoy! Today, we're going to talk about Master Duel. We are recording this as of Sunday the 23rd, and Master Duel just came out on the previous Wednesday.
Yeah, I hope everybody is enjoying some really good football this weekend. If not, there's plenty of Master Duel to go around. I think I dropped I don't even know, probably 12 hours into Master Duel yesterday.
Yeah,
alone.
Jared has been going almost nonstop on Master Duel. I haven't been as lucky. Jared works from home, so he gets to do all his work really fast and then gets to cut out early and work on Master Duel. I'm stuck for 8 to 5, so
It definitely has its benefits working from home in this situation. But
so today we wanted to give our first impressions about Master Duel and hopefully you guys comment all of your thoughts about Master Duel, what you think. I know there's a lot of back and forth with many people in the community about whether this game is good or bad or pay to play or a lot of different opinions.
Or Maxi, yeah.
Or yeah, we'll get into Maxi here in a little bit.
My Twitter is absolutely flooded with just Maxi talk in general.
Mm-hmm. So I guess to get us started, Jared, what is your initial impression about Master Duel?
Well, first of all, for Konami, I did not appreciate the surprise drop of Master Duel because we had other plans and had other videos in mind and stuff like that, and we had to pretty much just cancel them all.
Yeah. Well, and then we had a couple times where we had planned on recording Master Duel gameplay, and then those plans fell through. So it's just been a very interesting week since Master Duel came out. But no, I mean, Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure we were all caught off guard and we're like, it's here. We can download it. We can't play it, but it's here. And I'm like,
and it launched at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was like, something's off here. They're going to do that video tomorrow. I think we're going to get a release date. If not a release date, it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was.
Yeah.
I woke up.
To play now.
Yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. at a just random. And I was like, I wonder if Master Duel's out. So I checked my phone for Facebook. So I'm not going to come in here and get on the game or anything. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's out, it's out, it's out. Mm-hmm. So, but other than the surprise drop, which I liked, I thought it was cool because I was like, oh my God, it's out. What are you thinking of the game so far?
I'm actually very impressed. Obviously nobody expected Master Duel to be out this soon. Mm-mm. So that was pretty cool. That I like how it didn't get leaked or anything like that because, especially when it comes to news and stuff like that, everything gets leaked nowadays.
Very true.
About anything. It can be in sports, politics, whatever. And
movies is a big issue. They have to do sets all indoors now just to keep people from leaking everything.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm very impressed that this did not get leaked. And then I'm assuming somebody just happened to see it on, available to download and then spread the word from there. So
someone was probably doing what we're doing with the ban list and just checking things every single day, every hour to see if something's changed, and they just happen to see that Master Duel was in the shop.
Yeah, I guess. You just called me that evening and just like, hey, you need to go download it now.
I know. I saw it on Facebook. I was like, there's no way. So I rushed in here to check PlayStation and Switch both, and sure enough, they were there.
Yeah. So I've got quite a bit that I want to talk about when it comes to Master Duel. Mm-hmm. Overall, I think Konami has outdone themselves for now. I am somebody who's very critical of Konami because of how they do the physical card game is very scummy in a lot of ways. And then when it comes to the video games, I realize it's a separate division and everything, but they have done a lot of really, really bad. Especially with their release of eFootball this year, that was pretty much the worst that you can get when it comes to scummy gameplay, scummy microtransactions, stuff like that. So I was expecting a lot of bad stuff with Master Duel, and I will happily admit that they surprised me. They did not make the mistakes that I expected them to. The only thing I guess I'll start on the negative first and then go to the positive. The one real negative is just the price to open packs. So if you were to buy actually physically spend money, which I don't mind spending money on in-game purchases if it's a quality game, if it's quality content, stuff like that. So like I will happily drop, like $30 to Konami just to buy some gems, just because they made a good game. I'm happy to give it to them. There's a lot to do and stuff like that.
There's more to do than I thought there would be.
Yeah, it's only in the situation like Destiny 2 coming up with their Witch, whatever it's called, their Witch expansion. What's the cheapest one that you can get is like $60 with it, and I'm sure it's going to be all of a 10-hour story, if that.
Maybe, yeah.
And then there won't be anything else to do. There won't be any new content or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's when I get mad.
Yeah.
Or when they want to
charge. We've had a lot of conversations about Destiny.
Yeah, or when Activision wants to charge $1.99 for a red dot sight looking down your scope of your weapon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay paying for actual content. I get mad when I pay for it and then there's no content to follow it up, but I paid for it anyways. So if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So as a comparison, look at it this way. So for each pack that you open up in Master Duel, it's 100 gems, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't just buy 100 gems. It's $249 for 120 gems. That's the minimum you have to pay for one pack. I realize nobody's just buying one pack. They're buying, the what is it, $14.99 and the $31.99 bundle deals where you get bonuses. Mm-hmm. That's what everybody's buying, of course, which is fine. But that the bigger bonus, the $31.99, that one is like, was it like 4,500 gems you get out of it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I can check right here.
Yeah. Why would you do that, Mr. Switch?
He's just jealous.
So in other words, you can get 40 packs out of it, approximately, maybe a little more. My complaint would be our dollar isn't going as far as it should be when it comes to buying digital packs. Mm-hmm. Other than that, everything else is good. The crafting system is really
way better than I thought it would be.
This game would be trash without it. It makes the game worthwhile. It really does. So my fear is that the crafting system is going to change in the future. Mm-hmm. So they might introduce a secret rare version of the cards that you have to break down, 3 secret rare cards in order to craft one, but the secret rares are so few and far between that it basically never happens. And then Konami comes and introduces these high-level staple cards. Again, this is going to be in the future, years, in a year or whatever. And then they're just so hard that we can't get them, to where they force us to try to open packs just to chase secret rares so we can craft. That's my fear.
Yeah.
I think if they leave it the way it is now, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So as far as pricing goes, the cheapest you can get gems for is 99 cents for 50 gems. Okay.
You can't buy anything for 50 gems. Yeah.
Exactly. So that being said, right now they have a sale going on until I think the end of the month, where you get like a few extra free gems depending on which one you get. Mm-hmm. So the cheapest one is $1.99, and that's for 105 gems with 5 free extra gems. So 105 for $2. Mm-hmm. Technically, if you look at it, $2 for a pack is cheaper than real life Yu-Gi-Oh!
$3.99 a pack, yeah.
Yeah. So about $1 cheaper for a digital card versus a physical cardboard card.
Correct. Yeah, but that's the argument, digital versus physical. Mm-hmm. So digital should be a lot cheaper, in my personal opinion.
True. The bigger ones you get, the $40 one, right now at the sale, you're getting a total of 2,350 gems. So, that's, let's see, 20, that's 23.
Say that again. It was how much?
So it's $39.99 for 2,350 gems total with the extra free gems.
Dang, I was just trying to remember off the top of my head. That's less than what I thought it was.
$40 gets you 2,300 packs.
23 packs, you mean?
Well, $1,000 gets you 10 packs. So 2,000 gets you 20 packs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did I say?
You said 2,300 packs.
Oh, no, 23 packs.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
It's all right. It's
it's only 3:00. But yeah, $40 gets you 23 packs. Whereas in real life, $40 would get you less than 10 packs because after tax and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it winds up being a better deal technically, but it's digital versus physical.
Right. Physical being something that can be sold later or have
at a higher price.
Different value, yeah.
Different value because the rarities in Master Duel and real life are completely different. Rarity just
Correct.
means, what am I trying to say? The versatility of the card. If it's a more versatile card or something that's used, a staple, that sort of thing. Most of them are ultra rares, and so they're harder to get in the packs. It's just the frequency of how they're in the packs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that is the case in real life, but it's also the foil on it, and you can get those graded and sell them later and collect them and all this other stuff. So these should be a lot cheaper in digital, and technically they are if you buy the big bulk of gems.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have not yet needed to buy gems. We've been playing the game for about half a week now, and I'll have a story to get into here, but I started on the PlayStation, switched over to the Switch. PlayStation, I already have a Cyber Dragon deck built. PlayStation, you already have Dragon Link and Blue Eyes built.
Correct.
So you don't need to buy a bunch of gems. The crafting and, as long as you play the solo missions and you start ranking up through the ranked plays, you get the resources you need.
Yes, but you have to be smart with it. So
True, and that's one thing a lot of people weren't because they didn't know how the game was played.
Yeah.
We got lucky because we're like, I don't want to start blowing my stuff on things when I don't know how the game is played.
Right. So here's what I think is going to happen. So I can only judge this based off what I've seen with Duel Links. So Duel Links has its own ban list, separate from the OCG, separate from the TCG. It's not the same. So I expect that they're going to do the same thing with Master Duel. It's going to have its own universe, or Master Duel is its own universe separate from OCG and TCG. So it's probably going to have a hybrid ban list the whole time, which I'm fine with. What I think is going to happen is because in Duel Links, they do different promotionals, like they cycle through different, what am I trying to say here? They like events that you can do in Duel Links that earn you extra gems, stuff like that. So I expect that after this cycle ends, because it's timed on those gems, and after you do the solos, there's really no way to get gems other than playing the ranked stuff, and then that runs out too. So I expect after this dual pass ends and stuff like that, they're going to change it. It's going to re-up, and then we'll have more stuff that we can do where we can earn more gems. But as of right now, we have to be super smart with how we're spending it. So in other words, I'm chasing, Platinum Tier 1. I'm in Platinum now with Dragon Link, and I have basically used the majority of my gems to get me there. So I don't really have anything extra if I want to build another deck for casual play or something like that. And I'm hoping that as these cycles happen, we will all get to do that. We'll all continue to keep building on the gems we have, and then, we can build more decks and stuff like that. It's just as of right now, if you're wanting to chase, the ranked duels, then you just have to be smart and pick one deck and stick with it until you get there.
Yeah. So I initially went with Cyber Dragon, realized that it probably wasn't the best bet. But there's the only thing that I have an issue with through this whole game so far, because I've enjoyed every bit of it. I'm not too worried about the pay to win issue or anything like that. I was an idiot, and I basically created 2 accounts, one on Switch, one on PlayStation, when I meant to create one and link both systems. I didn't know what I was doing to do it because I didn't look up the information. I thought it was, self-explanatory. So I wound up not being able to link them because the Switch already had an account on there now, so I could not link if I already had save data. So I got in touch with Konami customer service, or Master Duel customer service specifically. And there's a website where you can go and say, here's my Master Duel player ID, and I want to delete this. That way I can link the two accounts together, right? No, that's not the case. They emailed me like 2 days later saying by deleting this ID, your device that you were logged in on will no longer be able to access Master Duel. Furthermore, any Konami ID or any device connected to the same Konami ID will also be locked out of Master Duel, meaning my PlayStation as well. And my Konami ID would no longer be able to play Master Duel on any device. Which I think is so freaking stupid. It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know how their system's set up. I don't know why it's that way. But you're going to tell me if someone makes a simple error in trying to link their accounts, it's either deal with the multiple accounts or no accounts? There's no other way to work the system?
I wonder if it's just like a skeleton crew for customer service and they only deal with big issues, you know what I mean? And this doesn't qualify as a big issue for them to handle. So it's like, I can just delete it for you.
But it'll
start
delete
over
everything else. It won't even let me start over. The devices will be locked out of Master Duel forever.
Oh, crap.
So I couldn't start over. It will completely lock my Konami ID out of Master Duel. Because I don't want to delete my Konami ID.
No.
Or start a new one. Because, like, all my locals duels and that sort of stuff, like, all that's logged under the same account.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to delete that. But I want to play Master Duel. So what I've decided to do is, I was already planning on getting a PC at some point. Because we want to start streaming and we want to get better editing software, all this other stuff, build the channel, right? So I'm just going to start grinding on the Switch. So that way I have a mobile device and then build a PC and then use that as my at-home Master Duel system. And it'll be easier to stream Master Duel through the PC anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'll eventually get there, but I'm not playing it on the PlayStation anymore. Which kind of sucks because I have just the Switch Mini, so it doesn't get to go on the big screen.
That's why I didn't want to get a Switch Mini. I want the
well, I did it because it was either get it now to where I could play Zelda or not get a Switch for a while because those were much more expensive.
Yeah, I understand.
So,
see, that rant wasn't that bad. Come on, you.
I
was expecting more than that.
I try to watch what I say sometimes. Jared a little less than me, but it's not that I'm worried about, pissing off the lords at Konami, but it's hard for me to be like really hateful sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta work that out. That doesn't.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't sound right.
No, surely there's a way.
So, but for anyone that's watching that hasn't linked their accounts, make sure you look it up and do it the right way and don't wind up being an idiot like me.
Because Konami just tried to delete you.
Because Konami they were going to cancel me.
There you go.
That could be the title. Konami canceled me. Here's how.
Clickbait. There you go.
Clickbait.
What do you think of Master Duel having a separate ban list? Because it's not an OCG old ban list. I looked this up. It's kind of a hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of people came out right out the gate and it's like, oh, they're using the OCG ban list from October because it's got like Dragoon banned and Max C's not banned. Yeah,
but it's not
similar, but it's not exact. I don't know. My thought is maybe that's just something they threw on there until our ban list comes out and then they kind of merge them. But Master Duel may just have its own ban list, which surprises me because I thought they were going to wind up using this for like YCS tournaments and stuff too.
Well, here's the thing with Duel Links. Duel Links is why I think that, because they have their own separate ban list and they have their own separate tournaments too.
But Duel Links is also played differently.
It is.
Because this is supposed to be like a TCG and OCG simulator. Duel Links isn't. Because I mean, it's kind of like it's almost like. Didn't you tell me it's almost like Speed Duel where it's only got like the 3 monster slots and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I think it's going to have its own hybrid ban list because OCG and TCG are different, And it's easier for them to just create its own format than to try to say, like, okay, we got this tournament coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the rules. Here's the ban list you have to follow, like they do with Worlds or something.
Yeah, well, and that's interesting because, like, I went under the assumption that this was going to be, like, separate depending on, or, like, different depending on where you were. So, like, people in the OCG, Master Duel would be a different experience than it would be for here in the TCG. But, I mean, I've dueled people from Japan.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just easier to do it that way, so they don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have two separate games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm fine with it because this is also one thing I've noticed, that there are people online that are saying, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in 14 years, but this game made me want to pick it up. What are good decks to play? I played with these back in the day. Could I still play those today? It's kind of giving people a chance to start over and play the decks that they used to. I mean, shit, I've seen some Blue Eyes and Dark Magician decks that are crushing stuff like Cyber Dragon and Invoked and that sort of stuff. What?
Go ahead, keep going.
But no, because it's just, this is giving the new players and returning players an opportunity to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I think I'm okay with a different ban list, because there are some people that would play in our game nowadays and be like, screw this. There's no point. You're bringing out one big monster and that's the end of the game. Because older, people from the past, they can't keep up with DPE or Dragoon. DPE's not in the game yet, but, Dragoon's banned. But also then there's Max C.
Yeah, so I got a lot to say on this one. This ban list has shown me exactly why TCG does not need Max C to be unbanned. Which, by the way, I'm wondering if the ban list is going to come out tomorrow, being Monday. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, at this point, I don't know what to expect. It could be tomorrow. It could be next Monday, something like that.
Mm-hmm. We better not be waiting another week for the ban list. This is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. What is today?
Today's the 23rd.
So the seventh day of no sooner than?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a side note. So with Master Duel, as we know, we have Maxi unbanned. It's at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to the gold tier and the diamond tier,
everyone's running it.
Every single deck has Maxi in it. Not only do they have Maxi, but they're all running 3 Ash and 2 Called by the Grey as well to counter their opponent's Maxi. That, in my opinion, should not be how the game is played. It's where everyone is forced to, main
run 5 cards just to get away from one. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8 cards. Every deck has the same 8 cards, similar. Yeah. There's a little bit of deviation here and there, but for the most part, like some people are trying to cross out to combat it instead. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, in my personal opinion, the top 10 decks should not have to run the same 8 cards to compete with each other. I don't like that opinion. I like a diverse format, and here in Master Duel, we are not getting it. It's just the same cards in everybody's deck that everyone is forced to run to deal with, because if they don't, and the other one uses, their opponent uses Max C, then they just lose. Yeah,
that is one thing I've noticed, is that there's a lot of decks that they're really good, and they'll be able to get you to those gold and platinum levels. But once you get there, it's shut down, because it's the same few decks just crushing everybody. I mean, Tri Brigade is one of them. Luckily, we don't have Sword Soul yet, so there's a plus.
It's going to be fun when that comes out. Yeah.
It's coming, but luckily it's not there. What else is crushing right now? Well, I'm sure Virtual World's doing good, because we have True King.
And that was the real point that I was getting to. I am willing to have Maxi come back to 3 in the TCG if they release these boss monsters for us to have back again, because that's another way that players are dealing with Maxi, is because when their opponent has a 20-plus card opening hand, the only thing they have to combat it is a True King of All Calamities.
Yeah.
And that's if they guess right on the attribute. There's still a lot of plays that can happen if they guess wrong on the attribute with True King of All Calamities. So look at Thunder Dragon Colossus, for example. It's not even seeing real play in the diamond rank. I take that back. I've come across it once, and it did not slow me down, and I'm running Dragon League. Yeah, one time. yesterday.
You mean platinum?
Oh yes, excuse me, platinum. I said diamond. Yeah, so I've come across Thunder Dragon Colossus one time in platinum so far, and it did not stop me. So, but then I had Max C on him, so it's whatever. So yes, if they're willing to bring all these boss monsters back, Max C can come back, and I mean True King of all Calamities, Thunder Dragon Colossus needs to be back, Harp Horror needs to be back. What else? Electromite can come back. I'm missing a few. Fairy Tale Snow. All this stuff needs to come off of the list if Max C is to come off the list. If they want to bring Max C back without bringing these other bosses, then hell no. Because then, okay, I'm playing Dragon Link in Master Duel now, and it's really solid. I'm in the diamond, and it's going really back and forth. Sometimes some I'm winning, some I'm getting my butt kicked, whatever. The problem with something like Dragon Link, for example, my best board is going to be like it's going to be an Appaloosa with the Heavenly Spheres and backed up by a Borload Savage. Hopefully, I have either Maxi or a Ash Blossom in my hand with that. So that's a pretty solid board. But somebody with an opening hand of 20, because I special summon a whole heck of a lot with Dragon Link, like crazy, way more than I do Drytron actually. The odds are pretty good that they run into a Forbidden Droplet specifically. I'm not seeing Dark Ruler no more that much because with Master Duel it's just the one round loss. So, anyways, a lot of people are main decking Forbidden Droplets. And when you have a 20-card opening hand, it's really easy for you to kick 5 cards to the curb, negate my whole board, and then just go full combo, walk over me, and OTK me the next turn. That is what keeps happening to me.
Well, I'm not so sure about that because you dueled our friend Cody last night, and you had, like a 10-card hand, not even from Max C at one point, and you still couldn't do jack.
Okay, yes, brick hands happened, Aaron.
Oh, no, hold on. I don't have the picture. It's on my phone. No, you're playing Dragon Link. There was, 3 Noctovision, 1 Dark Ruler. There was a couple others. They were completely unplayable. And then finally, toward the end, you drew a Max C, but you still weren't able to do.
Yeah, so my opening hand, and this was a fun duel that we did with our friend. My opening hand was 3 Noctovision Dragon. I had the the level 7 rocket monster. I forget his name, but you can't summon him. Normally he special summons himself to the field if you have a rocket on field specifically. So he was a dead card. I think I drew Dark Ruler No More one round or one turn. And then the next turn I drew Max C. And what actually got me going was not Max C because he was not summoning. Cody wasn't summoning. It was I had 7 cards in my hand and I was able to discard the rocket, which added a different rocket to hand when it hits the graveyard. So that's when I comboed and then won, by the way. But
no, was that not the one that Cody wound up winning, but he went to end phase?
Yeah, he misclicked.
Yeah, no, he finally gets it to where Jared's down to 400 life points, and he can hit him for, it was 600, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, Jared, here we go. Or he got Savage off the field too. And he contact used for a Mega Fleet.
Yeah.
And was able to get him, but he went to click battle phase and clicked end phase, went to the next turn, and Jared got him.
Yeah.
And so we're like, it's okay, Cody, you won that. Because that was game 3, too.
He did win that one.
And
he should have won that one, I should say.
He technically won that. And he's like, no, that doesn't count. Do you want to just call it a draw? Let's go to game 4. And Jared's like, oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah. And then I won game 4.
Yeah.
Big time, so.
And he was playing, it was weird. He's playing Cyber Dragon. I didn't expect him to be able to keep up with you with that.
Well, yeah, he just contact fuses my Link monsters away.
He's been out of the game for a minute, too.
Yeah. No, Cyber Dragon is pretty good. We've
been trying to get him to play for several months now. And he finally, he just decided to download Master Duel like day 2 or day 3 or whatever. And he's like, I really got to stop playing
And
this
he's been
game.
playing nonstop,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, it's too good. Even our friend Brad, who we've mentioned several times, he's getting back into it. He probably won't come back to like real duels, but he's loving Master Duel.
Yeah, we'll see when they get to the diamond tier what they think of Master Duel after that, when they're getting hit with Maxi every game. Platinum. God dang, I keep saying diamond. Anyways, back to the topic. That's the only way that I see Maxi coming back to the TCG.
Yeah.
As if it's a really big ban list that a lot of stuff comes off of it. And a lot of people hate dealing with Colossus. They hate dealing with, True King of all calamities. And I don't blame them. I think I'm on the side of calamities being banned for sure. Colossus can come back. He's not that hard to deal with. We have Wenda.
Let it go, Jared.
No, Wenda has the same protection, actually better protection than Colossus does, and Wenda's in the format, so Colossus can come
our 23 viewers are tired of the Colossus argument.
probably, but that just, I have all the evidence. So, anyways, that's my ramble. What do you think about the ban list on Master Duel?
I haven't really seen too much of an issue other than Maxi. I've only come across Maxi once, and
That's because you're not in Platinum. Since you had to start over.
I did have to start over.
Yeah.
So, because, God dang it. And because, like I said, I started with Cyber Dragon and PlayStation, and when I switched over, it's taken me a couple days to figure out what I really wanted to do. Because for a minute, I was going to do Lyrilless Tri Brigade. And then I realized that that deck is expensive. And not expensive as in like spending a bunch of money, but as in like it's got too many ultra rares. So I went with Earth Machine, and now I'm like 5 ultra rares away from completing the deck. But yeah, no, I've only seen Max C once, and you're right, it's because I haven't gotten to those higher ranks. But what was it? They kept drawing, but they weren't, I guess they weren't drawing what they needed. Like they were just kind of getting brick cards. So I don't even remember what deck it was. So it may have just been they had some sort of starter deck, and they're like, oh well, I'm gonna go get Maxi because that's a good card, and threw it in there, and it didn't really have the synergy the deck needed to do well. They still wound up winning, but at no help of Maxi.
Yeah,
but I'm fine if they want to do a separate ban list. I'm totally fine with it. I don't see the one we have as a huge issue right now. But like you said, it's because I haven't seen the higher ranks. Because I've seen a couple of your duels. I've heard. I mean, he's blowing up our phones with. It's like, God damn it, Maxi! I haven't been able to win a single one. And finally, when he won one, he's like, I finally beat Maxi.
Yeah, I finally had my my victory against when someone used Maxi against me, and I was still able to Altergeist.
Altergeist. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So check this out.
Which, by the way, Altergeist is a bad choice in Master Duel because Multi-Faker's at 1. That's like Altergeist is not it's not a bad deck in general, but like for Master Duel, it's not at a spot to where you can do super well with it. I'm sure some people are, but like that's like a part of the bottom part of the tier list,
Well, yeah, look at it this way. So again, I'm running Dragon Lake. The way that my combo goes is I special summon a whole heck of a lot of monsters, and then my monsters that set up negates or interruptions, they come at the back end. So I'll special summon 5 monsters, and then I'm able to get into either an Appaloosa or a Spheres Appaloosa, something like that. There's, I guess in other words, I special summon a whole bunch of times to where I'm vulnerable to being interrupted before I get negates on field. So when somebody hits me with Max C and I'm running Dragon Link, I have to pretty much stop summoning and then just pass turn. So if I do that, I am lucky to have a Heavenly Spheres on field. Which is basically my go-to. If somebody hits me with Max C, I go until I have... And I skip the Dragoon Knight Romulus, which adds the field spell. I have to skip him, and I just go straight into the Heavenly Spheres and pass. And that's it. That's one interruption that is really easy to get over if it's somebody like Drytron or Tri-Brigade or Phantom Knight or whatever. The Max C is forcing certain decks to be at the top tier only because other decks like mine can't deal with that situation. So check this out. This is the top tier decks. If anyone wants to look this up, it's Road of the King. You can Google this, Master Duel top deck season 1, and it'll take you right to it. It's one of the first options. So these are deck lists of platinum tier duelists. This is the first one that does not have Max C. You see, it's a trap, pure eldritch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, basically every other deck from here on out, there it is. 3 Max C.
2 Lightning Storm.
Yeah, the Ash. And Called by the Grave, just like I was saying. 3 Ash, 2 Called by. Next, Virtual World. 2 Max C. 3 Crossouts. 3 Ash. 2 Called by. Tri-Brigade Lyrilusk. 3 Max C. 3 Ash. 2 Called by. 3 Crossout on top of that.
Jeez. They just got the one Emperor.
Yeah. Here's Zodiac Tri-Brigade.
Zodiac Tri, so
3 Max C, 3 Ash, 2 Called by. And then, Lightning Storm with that. Order. What else we got? Zodiac, 3 Max C, 3 Ash. No Called by on this one. Wow, they're running Nibiru instead. That's pretty cool. 2 Droll, though. What else? Phantom Knights. 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Crossout,
2
Called by, yeah.
Dang.
See what I mean? It's only certain decks can run this type of engine and still be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Maxi does. That's why I don't want it to come off the ban list in the TCG. Madolche, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 2 Crossout, 2 Called by.
So you think if Max C comes back, it's going to be most of these decks that we see?
Yes, absolutely. It will 100% turn into this. Invoked, there's 2 Max C. Wow, this one's different. I'm shocked.
Super Poly.
Yeah.
A 1 Nibiru.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by this one. That's a pretty cool build. Prank Kids.
I'll scroll back up to that Invoked one. Or should I? Yeah. That's not, I mean, compared to some decks, that's not too many ultra rares. That seems like, compared to others, that's a fairly cheap build. Well, then you got your extra deck. Dang.
But that's not too bad. I mean,
that's still not.
I got that many ultra rares in Dragon Lake.
Yeah.
Prank Kids, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 2 Called by.
1 Crossout.
1 Crossout. So he just goes on and on. Chaos Thunder. Represent with 3 Maxi, 3 Ash. No Called by. I'm shocked there too, actually. Dragon Maid.
3. No Called by.
No. Lightning Storm, though. That's pretty cool. 2 Droll. Salad. 3. 1 Crossout. 2 Called by. With Forbidden Droplets.
Wow. Every deck, man.
Yeah, dude, it's every one. Sky Striker. 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 1 Ogre, 2 Effect Vader. God dang.
Oh, 2 Ghost Spell.
Yeah, 2 Ghost Spell.
There's only 5 Sky Striker monsters in the whole dang deck.
Oh, yeah, that's typical with Sky Striker.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're spell heavy, so that's why they cry about Imperial Order. Ignister, same. 3, 2. It's... Anyways, I think I've proven my point here. I've gone overboard probably, but the top tier decks, if Max C comes off the list, this is exactly what we're going to run into at locals. This is how every deck will be ran. If they cannot run that engine and they brick, then you just won't see them. They won't be meta decks anymore, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just want to avoid that. That is a toxic game place or game state, in my opinion. And anyone who wants Max C to come off the ban list, I'll fight you for it.
How about you?
So, but that also gives me reason to believe that Maxi won't come off the list for the TCG because we do have those other cards that are banned, like Calamities and stuff. And so, like I said, unless they plan on making the shift to releasing those monsters, I think Maxi is probably going to stay on the ban list.
Yeah, it's probably a safe bet.
Hopefully, we'll find out tomorrow.
Hopefully.
I hope, anyways. We'll see. I don't know what
We'll have to. Yeah. Well, if we find out tomorrow, then we're gonna have to make another video and stay up all night editing that one and get it out before everyone's bandless talk is over with. And
That's the life we chose, friend.
yeah.
Anyways, but that's all that I wanted to get to when it comes to Master Duel. Overall,
Between 1 and 10, what would you give it?
dude, I'm gonna give it a solid 8, maybe even a 9.
I was thinking about 8.5 ish.
Yeah,
Because there's still work to be done.
mm-hmm.
There's still some issues.
We're going to have updates. They're going to be
even technical
releasing more
issues
packs.
because
Yeah.
a big issue with the Switch is they're having to fix, or they have to make a patch for it now because there's some sort of issue with it to where if you're in the deck editing area and you go to search a card,
Mm-hmm.
it'll freeze and then it'll crash the game. And if you're in the middle of building a deck, if you didn't click save in the middle of it, you have to start all over.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I add a card, I'm clicking save. That's the only time it does that. The only time it crashes when I'm editing a deck. But it does have a little bit longer load time. So like I go to the main menu, you know how your screen will kind of stop and you see connecting down at the bottom?
Yeah.
PlayStation, it's probably 5 seconds. This one, it's
If
more
that,
like
yeah.
15.
Ooh.
That's why, like, when we were trying to watch you and Cody play last night, I was like, all right, hold on.
Yeah.
It's because I just waiting for everything to load. But every time you go to a new screen, it has to have that pause. Well, it kept doing that, and the long duration for the Switch, it takes a little bit of a long time. Other than that, great game. Crafting system is phenomenal.
It's excellent, yeah.
It's excellent. I wish I can get more ultra rares, but that's how the game is. Like, I don't have an issue with the lack of ultra rares because it's the highest rarity, so you're not going to get that many.
Yeah, just to reiterate again, I feel like on the digital format, we should all be able to have a variety of decks. So it should not cost us as much to buy, the packs digitally as it is in real life.
And can we also not get every staple to be an ultra rare, please?
Oh yeah, no joke.
Every hand trap's an ultra rare.
Yeah, no joke.
I can get super rare material just fine.
Yeah,
Ultra rares.
and
no.
the easy fix is just for Konami to keep running bonuses. This doesn't have to be like a quick fix like tomorrow.
Yeah.
They can do it, every few months, have different bonuses going on where we're earning extra gems, and that problem is solved.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get that, then I don't see why this wouldn't be a 10 out of a 10.
Exactly.
So
I think it is a very good start. It went beyond my expectations. So
and just to be clear, I'm not talking about bonuses when you purchase packs like they have. I'm talking about bonuses just by playing the game.
yep, that's how it should be.
So which again I think they're going to do because that's what they do with Duel Links and it worked out okay.
Mm-hmm.
But within reason, just within reason. That's all we ask.
I'm totally fine with any game having their in-app purchases. It's how you make money when you have a free game.
Agreed.
Just
yes.
don't make the game reliant on it, because then you're being scummy.
Yeah, just don't be scummy with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give you money when you give me,
Yeah.
a lot of content and fun things to play. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Like, I've had a lot of fun with this game. I haven't had any need to buy gems. There's a couple times I thought about it just because I was running low and I didn't really want to play through more missions just to get them, but I haven't yet because there's really no need to. But it's there if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys. Well, I think we're going to end the video here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We are at Standby Phase on both.
Yep. Let us know what you guys think about Master Duel. I'm curious to hear what they think about having a hybrid ban list separate from OCG and TCG, or if they think it's going to morph and then we're going to have the split up OCG, TCG. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're going to start having some different content on this channel as well. We wanted to start it off with the podcast, obviously, because that's the type of content we like, but we're going to start having more like Master Duel videos and more just sit down videos that are probably 10 minutes a piece or something, just because we know not everyone likes a 30 to 30-minute to hour discussion. So, stick tuned for that. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.